everyone, and we are live. I don't know, I always feel like dancing when I go live. What is going on with my hair here? All right, you guys. Oh, my dog is just woken up, so I gotta make this quick. I have just presented to BF&M Insurance Company in Bermuda and all of their clients, I believe. So we're invited to this great presentation on nutrition for optimal cognitive health. And it's one of my fall hot sheet little numbers. And it's a presentation that I offer to corporate organizations. There you can see Dobie in the background. Hey, baby, don't eat my plant. You want to say hello? Want to say hello? Oh, isn't he so great? Okay, he stayed upstairs for my presentation for the company, so that was good. And now you guys get to enjoy him because it's a more informal situation here in my private members group. All right, guys, so I want to bring one point here that I spoke of in my presentation. I want to highlight one part of it here for you guys. You don't have to sign up with your company, but if your company's interested in the whole presentation, let me know, coach@fueledlife.com. You know how to reach me. You can DM me here. Tomorrow is International Alzheimer's Awareness Day, so it's just a really great day today to start thinking about foods that boost brain power, okay? And all these foods actually reduce your risk of dementia, of Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease, and mild cognitive impairment and decline. So you don't really want to start to have all of that. So let me just get my notes up from the session earlier today so I don't miss a single one. But just to give you an idea of what symptoms of Alzheimer's disease, early symptoms look like, it's not a lot of fun, you guys. Confusion, memory loss, short attention span, struggles with problem solving and decision-making skills, agitation, restlessness, and anxiety, getting lost easily, difficulty finding the right words when speaking or writing. So, definitely not the kind of outcomes or circumstance and situation, that you want for yourself. Sit, Madison. Sit. Good boy. Stay here. Not what you really want for yourself. You want to have really, great cognitive outcomes for yourself where you feel sharp, you have great memory, you've got brain power, you have, no difficulty concentrating, you have the ability to recall things. You really, really, really want that for a long time. So I would even visualize if you can, not if you can, I would, and I do, visualize myself at 90, 100, 110, 120. I'm expecting to lift to 120 at a minimum. Everything above that is a bonus for me, but at least 120. And you want to visualize yourself actually in every decade that you remember everything, that you're great with words, you're great with names, you don't have trouble concentrating, you don't have brain fog, it's clear as can be. You want to see yourself this way, especially a decade or two or three or four or five or six in the future. Visualize yourself this way. I highly recommend it. Instead of saying things like, I have the worst memory, or I can't remember anything, or I'm so bad with names, or, I can't remember why I came into the kitchen. So you really want to be thinking through your perspective of your cognitive abilities today and in the future, all right? And just really using positive and helpful consciousness to manifest and to attract this incredible cognitive abilities for yourself moving forward. And other than visualization, and I have a whole bunch of lifestyle techniques and different things that you can do, habits and success hacks and top tier, ways of living that will prevent and reduce your risk of Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, mild cognitive impairment, and other things, other forms of cognitive decline. It's all in the presentation. Today we're just going to talk to, as I just talked to more than I said I would. Let's go into the top 10 foods linked to brain power. These are nutrient-packed brain foods that fight diseases, protect your cells of your brain, and really boost your brain power. They have antioxidants, omega-3s, vitamins, and all kinds of things that really they boost mood, they boost your brain power, you sharpen your memory, and all that kind of stuff. So what am I recommending that you go to the grocery store and buy? Get your grocery list handy, all right? Let's get that going. Dobie. shouldn't have gone upstairs. I went upstairs to check on him, and he woke up so excited to see me, and now he's like, oh, she's talking to the computer again. All right, number 1, to eat dark colored fruit. Blackberries, blueberries, black plums, dark grapes. Excuse me, guys, just for a second. I will take care of him because he's very distracting. So just give me 1 second. Dobie. I need a minute. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, stay. Good boy. Very good. Very good. Stay there. Fabulous. Okay, so dark colored fruit seriously boosts brain power. The research mostly focuses on blueberries, but blueberries, blackberries, black plums, dark grapes, anything that has that deep, dark, beautiful purple-black color, you are going to be winning with your brain power, okay? So you want to have all of those on a frequent basis in your breakfast, in your lunch. After you eat your savory food, just go for it, you know. So you want to have that at least every single day. Often. Even I don't have it every single day, okay? So more often than not, eat your blueberries, have your blackberries, take your black plums, eat some dark grapes, and all of that stuff. They've been really shown to boost your brain power, reduce your risk of dementia, especially the research, the medical research is in, the studies are in blueberries, but for what it's worth, you can use blackberries and other ones as well. Okay, guys? So wild-caught sockeye salmon and other oily fish like sardines. So there's another really great one. Many to choose from. Wild fish, wild sardines, and mostly in water, okay? And as well as things like anchovies and fatty fish, especially wild sockeye salmon. I'm not talking about the Atlantic stuff, just wild sockeye salmon, okay? They're loaded with omega-3s and a particular nutrient that is especially great for brain health. I can't pronounce it, I'm not even going to try. It starts with an A, and we're just going to go, you know, so it's great for your brain, and I seriously recommend it. All right, guys, coconut oil and avocados. Those are really great saturated fats. Your brain is made up of saturated fats and omega-3s and one other component, again, that's hard to pronounce. So I would highly recommend that you take your coconut oil, virgin and unrefined, and organic if you can, right? And avocados, which are another great saturated fat that's great brain power. Looking at brain power, right? You want that brain power. You want that sharp brain, the sharpness and that focus and all that kind of stuff that you can bring to your like professional life and your personal life. So yeah, these are smart foods. Okay, guys. So herbs and spices, you want to talk about, you want to look into getting some turmeric. You want to take the turmeric with fat and pepper, fat and black pepper. So you want to take it with turmeric with like some coconut oil, just a little bit so you can extract and assimilate those beautiful curcumin that's in there. It's really amazing stuff, that curcumin. And you really want to be taking that into your body, absorbing as much as possible, which takes the fat and the black pepper to absorb as much as possible. If you don't have it on hand, I mean, just take the turmeric, don't sweat it. But more often than not, if you can include that, and you could do turmeric in your smoothie, you can do turmeric in your, you can do turmeric in smoothies, you can do turmeric in your rice, you can do turmeric in your chicken, you can do turmeric in your eggs. Like, you really, there's a lot of places you do turmeric, okay? It hardly has a flavor. Really, it's got a bright orange color, so you think it must be like curry tasting. It doesn't taste like curry at all. You could put it into your milk. You could do turmeric milk. Yeah. So turmeric is a great one. Ashwagandha is a really great herb. Holy basil, regular basil. So those are some great herbs to use. Cinnamon is also really great. Okay, probiotics. Probiotic foods. Those are really, really fantastic. Okay, you could take a capsule. You could take a capsule, and it needs at least 1 billion CFUs, so colony forming units. That's what you want to be taking if it's a capsule, probiotic capsule. That's what I take. I take a capsule because I don't eat sauerkraut every single day. I used to because I'm Polish heritage, but I do not eat sauerkraut every day now, believe it or not. My mom did make me pickles this summer, so she made me some ogórki, which is Polish dill pickles, and those were made with brine, which is your salt water that really creates that fermentation. So probiotic foods are fermented foods that create a bacteria that's beneficial in your gut. Okay, so your gut loves fermented foods that are not like wine and beer, okay, but like olives, pickles, sauerkraut, which is fermented cabbage. We also have in Polish food, we have a fermented cabbage. I have that right now in the fridge. Cabbage and apples fermented together, which is one of my favorites. Yeah, and anyways, I ate a lot of sauerkraut growing up. It was almost a daily staple, so I'm pretty sure I'm set. I should probably still continue to eat probiotics, but definitely consider that. You can do kombucha, kimchi, kefir, organic yogurt, different ways you can get those probiotic foods into your body. Walnuts and other nuts. Now in traditional Chinese medicine, aka TCM, you actually, there is this philosophy that a food, when it looks like a part of the body or organ of the body, it's actually beneficial for that part of the body. And lo and behold, scientific research from the West has now actually gone in there and investigated. And we now know that, yeah, in fact, it actually does benefit these parts of the body. Would you believe it? So, of course, these ancient medical traditions are so genius. They're so, I'm a big fan of Ayurveda, which comes to us from ancient India. It's 10,000-year-old oral tradition, 5,000-year-old written tradition, beautiful health sciences and science of life. And I don't know as much about traditional Chinese medicine. I know like more than a beginner, but not intermediate and advanced like I do in Ayurveda. But definitely fascinating stuff. I love these health traditions. Western tradition is not the only tradition in the world, okay, out there for, answers to health diseases and disorders and health prevention. Poor health outcome prevention. So you want to really be thinking through whatever. So TCM, TCM says that, beets are great for your heart because they look like a heart, and in fact, they're great for a heart, they're great for blood pressure, they're great for your circulatory system, they're really great for your heart, right? And so walnuts, which look like a brain, if you ever popped open a walnut, great for your brain. Go figure. And so I love it. They do look like little brains. I love walnuts. Walnuts are the king of nuts in the Western philosophy of nutrition because they are the most packed with omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are like gold. It's like liquid oil gold. All right, so solid in this case, all right? And you have to remember to chew them. Like make sure you really break that nut down to make sure you're extracting everything that you need from it. But walnuts and other nuts, not peanuts, are great for your brain. Okay, so you want to really think that through. They're high in omega-3s, high levels of antioxidants, vitamins, minerals. They improve mental alertness. Vitamin E found in these nuts may also help protect brain cells and ward off Alzheimer's. Next one, leafy green vegetables. You know what they are. I always say greens are gold, and I mean it. So I hope you had your handful of greens today. I mean, like a big handful, as if you're grabbing in a bucket of $100 bills. How many $100 bills would you take? That's how much greens I would like you to be eating today. Every single day, have your greens. It's not an apple a day. It's definitely like kale and collards and spinach and those greens. Definitely get all those nutrients into your body, either in a smoothie or sauteed or raw or like in a salad or any other which way, in a soup, whatever way you want to do it. You can make kale chips. Truly, if you do coconut oil, I'm cool with it. So green leafy vegetables are great for your brain, to really power up your brain, and for a long time, for a lifetime, all right? So you really want to have those omega-3s and those greens especially. Non-starchy vegetables. So that is to say that your broccoli in particular, and a lot of studies have been done on broccoli and cognitive awesomeness, that prevent cognitive decline. Broccoli is great for mental alertness, sharpness, great brain power, excellent cognitive outcomes for yourself. So broccoli in particular, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, so many different non-starchy vegetables. You could even go in the starchy vegetables as a replacement, say, for grains, because grains are one of the worst brain foods that are natural, like a natural grain food. Especially refined grains, not so natural, right? But so that's not in my top 10 brain foods list because grains are not that great. But if you do want to incorporate some starchy vegetables, so you want to maybe do some cauliflower, or you want to do some butternut squash or another type of squash, or sweet potatoes, that's cool too, okay? They're not the top 10 brain foods, but they certainly beat out grains. So if you can start replacing grains and start putting those in, you're winning. And it's really good. So the last one, high antioxidant foods. You guys are going to love this, like dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is 70% or higher. It's because the cacao bean is so high in antioxidants that you really boost your body with this stuff, all right? So 70% or higher. It doesn't have a lot of sugar. It doesn't have a lot of milk products. It doesn't have a lot of fat in it even. It's just that 70% or higher. Somebody today asked me what time and how many, what time of day and how many can I have these dark chocolates? So I said, 4 to 6 squares a day is totally fine. And you want to think through having that boost. So you want to, brain power means you're not having it at night. It's not a comfort food. It's a brain power food, right? Like you want to power your brain for what? For work, for the day, for the different things you have to work through. I'd say between 10 o'clock and 3 o'clock would be the ideal time to have your dark chocolate, all right? Really power yourself up for your career, for your life, for your day, like not when you're about to rest and go to sleep, right? So high antioxidant foods like dark chocolate. It might also be great if you do have a later evening. Let's say you're going to a symphony and you have something, or a play, and it's going to be going on till 11 or 12 o'clock at night. You can tell I don't stay up that late, but I get good sleep. So you want to be thinking, maybe I'll have that dark chocolate around 5 o'clock, right? You don't want to push it too late because it could interrupt your sleep, because the dark chocolate also has caffeine, and which does boost your focus and concentration and sharpness and brain power, but you don't want to also interrupt your sleep, because a tired brain is not very, very sharp. You know that. All right, guys, that was my top 10 foods. I also touched on nootropics, which are the ultimate brain supplements, and that's a part of my larger presentation. This presentation is 60 minutes, so it's not something I'm going to cover into my live today, which I've already gone in 17 minutes, so I'm going to stop here. I hope that you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment if you loved it, and be sure to incorporate one. I don't mean you have to take all 10 and be like really serious and take all 10 all this week and keep going with it. Take one, start with blueberries. This week do blueberries. Next week you continue to do blueberries. Then you add in dark chocolate. Then after that, the week after that, you've got blueberries, you've got dark chocolate. Now you're having more fish, more fatty fish for your lunchtime. Okay, and then the 4th week you're having leafy greens every day, right? So now it's time for spinach and kale and collards, and maybe you're doing it in a smoothie. Maybe you're sauteing it with garlic and butter. So good. Okay, guys, so enjoy that. Make sure your foods that you make with this is delicious. Blackberries are amazing. I mean, leafy green vegetables are so yummy when you really make them right. I mean, just like really drool worthy. All those non-starchy vegetables and starchy vegetables are really delicious. I mean, even just sauteing onions. Have you ever sauteed onions in like a little bit of coconut oil, a little bit of salt? So good. Mushrooms with the zinc in them is so good for your brain. Anyways, I could go on with recipes and all these different kinds of things, and but I want you guys to just take this on board. Whatever stands out to you as an aha for your life in particular, and like get that next level you. Make sure that you are boosting that brain power, and as a benefit, this, like I said in the beginning, the foods that boost brain power will also boost your gut health, will also boost your everything else. Your immune health will also reverse your biological age, right? So you're really looking at all these great effects from all these foods that I've listed here today. All right, have a great rest of your week. And I forgot to say, it's Wake Up and Win Wednesday, also known as Wellness Wednesday for a lot of companies. So wake up and win with these powerful brain foods that fuel your brain for optimal, top tier cognitive capabilities. All right, so that was hard to say, cognitive capabilities. Cheers, have a great one. God bless. See you next time. Leave a comment or share this video with somebody that you know will love it.